So welcome to AR Logics. This is Venkat. Today we are going to discuss about 2 marks questions from P block elements. The first question is nitrogen exists as N2 means diatomic molecule, but phosphorus as P4 means tetraatomic molecule. Why? So why? Because here in the case of nitrogen and phosphorus, those are belongs to same group elements. So nitrogen 7 atomic number and phosphorus is 15 atomic number. So means only nitrogen has small size compared to phosphorus. So that is the small size, and nitrogen has high electron negativity. Nitrogen has a high electron negativity and forms p5 multiple bonds. Right now, for suppose n atom is bonded with another n atom, so it will forming triple bond. In triple bond, so one is the sigma bond and two are the pi bonds are present. These are the pi bonds are present. Okay, now, so that's why here nitrogen exists as a diatomic molecule, but in the case of phosphorus, due to large size and low electron negativity, already we know that when we are moving from top to bottom in groups, the electron negativity is decreases. So here compared to nitrogen, phosphorus electron negativity is less, and here nitrogen phosphorus forms phosphorus single bonds like this. Phosphorus single bonds. So due to that reason, here what is happens? Nitrogen exists as diatomic molecule, whereas phosphorus as a P4 or tetra molecule. So this is about this question. Next question. Second question. So what is allotropy? What are allotropes of phosphorus? So what is allotropy? Properties of an element exist in two or more physical forms with similar chemical properties but different physical properties. The best example for allotropy is carbon allotropes. Those are the carbon three types of allotropes: diamond, graphite and fullerenes. So they're having same chemical properties. So all having same composition is chemical is the carbon only, but physical properties are different. So diamond is shining properties. Graphite means we are using pencil that is black in color. So means they have same chemical properties but different physical properties available in different physical forms. That was said to be allotropy. Here that was the allotropy. Here phosphorus shows exhibit in different types of allotropes: white phosphorus, red phosphorus, scarlet phosphorus, violet phosphorus, alpha black P and beta black P phosphorus. It is about the second question. Next, let me see third question. So third question, what is inert pair effect? What is inert pair effect? So right now, the reluctance of ns electrons towards bond formation is known as what inert pair effect. So what is the meaning of reluctance? So means reluctance nothing but so here that is not willing to form the bond, that was not willing to form the bond, unwillingness of electrons towards bond formation. Unwillingness of ns electrons towards bond formation is said to be inert pair effect. For suppose if I am taking, so Pb plus 2 is more stable than the Pb plus 4. For suppose when we write the Pb configuration, the general configuration, ns2 and np2 electrons are present. Why? Because it was belongs to carbon family. So carbon family nothing but ns2 np2 general configuration I wrote here. Right now here what is happens? So this p electrons are loses, it will forming as Pb plus 2. So right now these ns2 electrons are not willing to form the bond formation. So that reluctance of ns electrons in the bond formation is said to be what here inert pair effect. The best example is Pb plus 2 is more stable than Pb plus 4 due to inert pair effect. While writing this answer, you have to write this example. So what is inert pair effect? The reluctance of ns electrons towards bond formation is known as the inert pair effect. Pb plus 2 is more stable than the Pb plus 4 due to inert pair effect. Next question. Right now, what happens when white phosphorus is heated with concentrated sodium hydroxide solution? in inert atmosphere of carbon dioxide. Nothing is there here right now. Phosphorus P4 is reacted with concentrated sodium hydroxide in presence water. So it will giving sodium dihydrogen phosphate. Okay, sodium dihydrogen phosphate NaH2PO2. Sodium dihydrogen phosphate plus phosphine gas here. Phosphine gas is releases. You can write in words when phosphorus is reacted with sodium hydroxide and along with water, it will produces or liberate phosphine gas. What is this gas, ma? Phosphine gas. Phosphine gas. Just write these words enough and along with the reaction. So this is the next. Fifth one. Here NH3 forms hydrogen bond but PH3 does not. To understand similar questions regarding to hydrogen bonding, we have to know what is hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding nothing but so the weak intermolecular forces which are present highly electronegative atom and hydrogen. For suppose example here, if I am writing here oxygen OH and OH here, so this is the again oxygen here, this is the hydrogen and this is the hydrogen. Here right now the weaker attractions are present. Right now this is said to be hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding compulsory present between highly electronegative atom and hydrogen. Highly electronegative atoms may be nitrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine like elements only. Okay na? So means here hydrogen bonding nothing but the bond which is present between highly electronegative atom and hydrogen. That was said to be hydrogen bonding. So right now as per the hydrogen bonding, so here NH3 forms hydrogen bond but PH3 does not. Why? Hydrogen bond can decided by electronegativity. If the electronegativity is high, hydrogen bond was strong. If the electronegativity is low, hydrogen bond was weaker. Right now here, so in the case of NH3, so nitrogen, this is the shape of the ammonia. So it has pyramidal shape which is participated in sp3 hybridization. So here also this is the phosphine PH3. There also phosphorus participated in sp3 hybridization that has same structure, that was pyramidal shape, both having same structure, same hybridization, but properties are different. NH3 is forming hydrogen bonding whereas PH3 is not forming hydrogen bonding. Why? Because right now here, so in the case of nitrogen electronegativity is 3.0, here hydrogen electronegativity is 2.1. Right now the due to this electronegativity difference, there is polarization can take place. So partial negative charges appeared on this nitrogen, partial positive charges appeared on this hydrogen. There is polarization is possible. So due to that polarization, so this NH3 is forming the hydrogen bonding. Whereas in the case of PH3, so phosphorus has 2.1 electronegativity and hydrogen has 2.1 electronegativity. So both has same electronegativity. There is no polarization. So due to absence of polarization, so PH3 cannot forming the hydrogen bonding. How you can write this answer in your examination in words? In ammonia, nitrogen has electronegativity 3.1. Hydrogen has electronegativity 2.1. So due to this these electronegativity difference, they will forming polarizable means polar, one forming the anion, one is the cation. So one is the partial anion, one is the forming partial anion. Due to that reason, due to this polarizability, NH3 forms hydrogen bonding, but there is no polarizability is possible. So that's why here PH3 cannot forming the hydrogen bond. Right now, this is about this question. Next question. Here PH3 has lower boiling point than NH3. Why? It is also explained on the basis of hydrogen bonding. Okay na? Right now here PH3 no hydrogen bonding and NH3 intramolecular hydrogen bonding is present. The case of NH3 intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So what is intramolecular hydrogen bonding? The hydrogen bonding which is present between two same molecules. Right now for suppose NH3, right now NH3 and NH3 and NH3. Right now here N and H and like this. So intramolecular hydrogen bonding is present. So due to that intramolecular hydrogen bonding, here NH3 has more boiling point than PH3. So due to absence of no hydrogen bonding in PH3, so what is happens here? PH3 has lower boiling point than NH3. Lower boiling point than NH3. So this is about this question. Next one. Next, what is H2O? So why is H2O liquid while H2S is a gas? It is also explained on the basis of hydrogen bonding technique. So H2O has hydrogen bonding, same. Here H2S has no hydrogen bonding. It has no hydrogen bonding, but at room temperature, H2S is a gas and H2O is a liquid. So next, the large size low electron negativity of sulfur does not permit hydrogen bonding. So here, for suppose here oxygen is a central atom, sulfur is a central atom. So this is the oxygen size, this was the sulfur size. So large size of this sulfur and low electron negativity of sulfur does not permit hydrogen bonding. So that's why here H2O is a liquid and H2S is a gas. Next. Next question. What is tailing of mercury? How is it removed? Right now, in the presence of ozone, mercury is reacted. So mercury loses its metallic luster and meniscus nature and sticks to the walls of the glass tube. For suppose, so first of all, what is meniscus? If I am taking one test tube, so whenever we are filling any liquids, so they shows like this, they are filled like this. So this is said to be meniscus nature. That is said to be meniscus nature. Right now, when ozone is reacted with mercury, this meniscus nature is lost by the mercury. That is said to be tailing of mercury. How we can regain that meniscus nature? So meniscus nature regained by shaking it with water. So by adding water, when we shake it, so that regain. So reaction is Hg plus O3 gives rise to mercuric oxide, mercurous oxide plus oxygen. So this is about this one. Next. Next one. SO2 can be used as an anti-chlor. Explain. SO2 can be used as an anti-chlor. Explain. Simple. SO2 can be used as anti-chlor to remove chlorine from fabrics after bleaching. If it reduces Cl2 to HCl. So what is reduces Cl to HCl means? For suppose here the oxidation state of chlorine is 0. Here in the case of hydrogen, in the case of chlorine here -1. Your oxidation number is decreases. So this is participated in a reduction. It is participated in a reduction. So due to this, so what is happens? SO2 can be used as an anti-chlor. So this is about the 2 marks questions from the P block elements for intermediate second year. Thank you, ma.